Women tend to suffer from imposter syndrome a great deal more than men. The reason for this is because we don't have as high levels of testosterone as men do. Given that testosterone is very much a confidence hormone, it very much makes sense that we don't have as much confidence as men. Therefore, we experience imposter syndrome more often than men would. That being said, I do believe men also suffer from imposter syndrome, so not taking away from that. However, it again is very factual and scientific in the fact that there is a statistic to say that we have less testosterone, being the confidence hormone. The ways that I've been able to overcome my self-doubt or imposter syndrome is through building confidence, looking at things from a logical perspective. So oftentimes if I realize that I'm being doubtful of myself, I ask myself, why can't I do it? Or why can I do it? Or how can I do it? Rather than instantly just jumping to the conclusion of, no, can't do it. I think the other ways that I've overcome my self-doubt is through talking about it. I've luckily am fortunate enough to have a very, very supportive network. My partner is extremely supportive. He's definitely my #1 fan. And my sister, someone who is very, very successful, someone that I look up to myself. She gave me the best bit of advice I've ever received, which was to always come from a place of abundance and to set yourself into a positive mindset, and that will kind of follow through in your everyday life. And also just friends who support me and believe in me and encourage me to do things and take things on when I feel like I can't. In a recent study, 26% of women felt imposter syndrome held them back from a career move. The advice I would give someone doubting their capabilities is to write a list, recognize your strengths. Anything that isn't a strength, work towards making that a strength. I'm a big believer in writing lists, and I find that it always helps when you're doubtful of yourself to write the things that you are good at, to recognize your achievements. I also think it's really, really important to find yourself a mentor. No matter who that is, it's always great to have a different perspective from someone who's been where you've been, to show you the way, show you the ropes. Build yourself a really good support network. That can be really hard. Moving to Australia, feel like I didn't have a huge support network when I first got here, but over time I've built a really good network of people that I can confide in. So whether that's family, whether that's friends, whether that's colleagues, peers, etc. It's really good to have a support network when you are finding yourself dealing with imposter syndrome. And lastly, one thing that I learned from our recent Women in Leadership event was to fail fast and keep going. You learn from your mistakes, you learn from your downfalls, and I think to recognize those wins and those losses is a great way to build that momentum and keep going.